The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. Rumi. We often hear whispers of the observer effect, a profound concept suggesting our awareness shapes reality. Perhaps you've explored this idea, feeling a stirring of hope that your focus could truly manifest your deepest desires. Yet, for many, this truth remains elusive, a frustrating whisper just out of reach, leaving behind a subtle ache of disillusionment. What if the very way we've been taught to observe the very rhythm of our modern lives is subtly sabotaging our ability to truly align with the quantum field? What if quantum manifestation is not just simple, but so disarmingly simple that we constantly overcomplicate it, chasing after complex rituals and intricate visualizations when the real secret lies in something far more fundamental, something woven into the very fabric of our being, our quiet internal state? The modern world, with its relentless hum and constant demands, has inadvertently trained us to exist in a perpetual state of anticipation, a cycle of seeking quick pleasure, and often finding ourselves left with a hollow sense of unfulfillment. Think for a moment about the subtle pull of your phone, the instant gratification of social media notifications, the endless scroll, the next episode that autoplays, the fast food that delivers satisfaction in mere minutes. This relentless pursuit of small, immediate doses of pleasure continually activates our dopaminergic system, conditioning our brains to expect an easy reward. On an energetic level, this creates an unstable, fragmented vibration within us. You find yourself observing reality with a hurried impatience, always reaching for the next stimulus, never quite settling into the profound quietude that allows true observation to unfold. The quiet truth is, our brains, in this hyper-stimulated state, become remarkably adept at chasing the next fleeting pleasure, but lose their capacity to sustain the deeper, more profound internal states, like gratitude, patience, and contemplation, states that are not just beneficial but absolutely fundamental for quantum manifestation. This relentless chase for external validation and instant gratification is not merely a modern habit. It is a deep-seated pattern that rewires our very neural pathways. Every time you pick up your phone seeking a quick hit of information, every time you refresh a page hoping for a new notification, you are reinforcing a loop that tells your brain, effort is for suckers. The reward is always external and immediate. This deeply impacts your ability to hold a sustained frequency. Consider the feeling of being truly present, deeply absorbed in a book, a conversation, or a creative endeavor. That state of flow, where time seems to dissolve, is precisely what is diminished by a constant stream of dopamine hits. We become excellent at switching attention but incredibly poor at sustaining it. And in the quantum realm, it is sustained, coherent attention, a deep, embodied observation, that truly collapses possibilities into reality. Without this internal stillness, our attempts at manifestation become chaotic, akin to trying to conduct a symphony where every instrument is playing a different tune. The unseen pain here is the gradual erosion of your inner sanctuary, the sacred space where true creation begins. You are not broken for feeling this. You are simply navigating a world that constantly pulls you outwards, away from your inherent power. The constant external stimulation also subtly erodes your trust in the unseen. When everything is immediate and tangible, the concept of patiently waiting for an energetic alignment to manifest can feel abstract, even foolish. You might find yourself intellectualizing manifestation, reading countless books, watching endless videos, but never truly feeling it in your bones. This intellectual understanding, without the accompanying emotional and physiological coherence, becomes another form of external seeking. It keeps you on the surface, skimming possibilities rather than diving into the profound depths where the real work of quantum shifting occurs. Your subconscious, wired for the quickest path to reward, struggles to grasp the concept of nonlinear manifestation, where the reward is often a feeling first, an internal state before it materializes externally. This internal discord, this silent struggle between the intellectual knowing and the bodily programming, creates a persistent feeling of being stuck, of trying so hard, yet always falling short. You are not being tested. You are being prepared to understand a deeper truth about your own incredible power of creation, a power that lies in stillness and sustained presence. This brings us to a revealing concept. Your very own dopamine system might be subtly distorting your capacity to observe with patience. Dopamine, at its core, isn't actually the neurotransmitter of reward itself. It's the neurotransmitter of expectation. It's the driving force behind the anticipation of something new, something satisfying. When your brain is in this hyper-stimulated state, constantly primed for the next hit of external pleasure, you end up observing reality in a fragmented way, leaping from one possibility to another without ever truly settling, without ever truly deepening your focus. Quantum physics, in its elegant simplicity, tells us that the way we observe undeniably alters reality. But if your attention is perpetually conditioned to demand immediate results, if your internal rhythm is one of constant seeking and instant gratification, you inevitably collapse fields of possibility with a hurried, unstable, and incoherent energy. It's a bit like trying to gaze at a distant star through a powerful telescope while someone is gently, persistently, shaking the very instrument you're using. The image, no matter how potentially brilliant, never quite fixes itself. It remains a blur, an elusive glimmer, because the instrument of observation, your own internal state, is simply not steady enough. Consider the profound implications of this. Your internal coherence, the alignment of your thoughts, emotions, and physiological state, is the lens through which you observe. If that lens is constantly vibrating with the anxious energy of expectation and immediate gratification, it simply cannot focus on the subtler, yet infinitely more powerful, frequencies of the quantum field. Joe Dispenza often speaks about getting beyond the analytical mind, moving into a state where your brain and heart are in coherence, sending out a unified signal. But how can you achieve this if your neurochemistry is constantly pulling you into a state of distraction and shallow focus? The addiction to external stimuli creates a constant chatter in your internal world, preventing you from truly listening to the whispers of your intuition, the subtle guidance of the field. This isn't a judgment. It's an invitation to understand a deeper mechanism at play. Your capacity for deep observation is not just about willpower. It's intricately linked to your body's own internal environment, a symphony of neurochemicals and energetic signals that either support or sabotage your ability to manifest with grace. Think about the feeling of peace, the profound stillness that accompanies a truly deep meditation or a moment of pure presence in nature. In those moments, your internal state shifts, your brainwave patterns slow, and your heart rate variability improves. This is the state where you become a coherent observer, where your electromagnetic field expands and begins to resonate with the vast ocean of possibilities that already exist. But if your brain is constantly craving the next dopamine hit, it resists entering this state. It becomes difficult to sustain the focus required to truly feel the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard would say, because your system is screaming for external validation, for the proof before the feeling. This creates a perpetual loop of unfulfillment. You seek, you don't find immediately, you become frustrated, and that frustration then becomes the very vibration you continue to broadcast. The observer effect isn't just a mental game, it's an embodied experience. And to truly leverage it, we must learn to calm the internal storms that prevent our observation from being clear, sustained, and deeply aligned. Your frustration is a signal, a gentle nudge, asking you to look deeper, beyond the surface-level techniques, into the profound architecture of your own consciousness. Here lies a crucial expectation break. Many of us deeply believe that our struggles with manifestation are solely tied to persistent negative thoughts or deeply ingrained limiting beliefs. While these certainly play a role, we often entirely overlook the profound, often unacknowledged impact of our brain chemistry. Imagine this: a brain constantly saturated with dopamine from an unending stream of rapid external stimuli significantly reduces its capacity for deep focus and genuine presence. This means that even when you diligently carve out time for meditation, even when you meticulously visualize your desires, you might inadvertently be trapped in an underlying, unstable frequency. The quiet, unsettling truth is that merely thinking positive or attempting to focus on your intention isn't quite enough. There's a deeper layer, a subtle yet powerful revelation waiting to be embraced. We must also gently, consciously attend to the neurochemical state that subtly, yet profoundly, sustains your attention. Your internal environment, the very operating system of your mind and body, must be prepared to receive, to truly observe, with unwavering stillness. This often hidden aspect of biochemical sabotage is precisely why so many dedicated individuals feel perpetual frustration with manifestation. You can repeat affirmations, create vision boards, and even spend hours visualizing, but if your internal neurochemical state is one of agitation, impatience, or shallow attention, your signal to the quantum field becomes scrambled. Bruce Lipton's work on epigenetics highlights how our environment, including our internal neurochemical environment, can literally turn genes on and off, influencing our cellular behavior and, ultimately, our reality. When your brain is constantly seeking immediate external rewards, it is not in the optimal state for deep subconscious reprogramming. The subconscious mind, which truly governs about 95% of our reality, responds to feeling, to sustained states of being, not just fleeting thoughts or intellectual intentions. If your body's chemistry is constantly pulling you into a state of anxious seeking, the body-mind connection, which is crucial for deep energetic alignment, is compromised. Consider the profound teachings of Nikola Tesla. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Your brain chemistry is a profound determinant of your energetic frequency. A brain addicted to dopamine spikes emits a different, more erratic frequency than a brain settled into a state of calm, sustained presence. This isn't about blaming yourself. It's about understanding the subtle, yet powerful interplay between your inner world and the external reality you perceive. The truth is, many of us are trying to tune into a clear radio station, our desired reality, while our own internal radio receiver, our brain and body, is constantly being jiggled by the static of external stimuli and the internal craving for immediate satisfaction. The breakthrough lies in recognizing that true vibrational alignment begins with an internal biochemical recalibration, creating a stable foundation from which to broadcast your desires with unwavering clarity. This awareness is not a burden, it is a profound gift, empowering you to address the root cause of subtle resistance you may have felt. So, how do we begin this gentle recalibration? The practical application lies in reprogramming the brain with micro-habits of stable focus. It's a three-step journey, simple in its execution, profound in its impact. First, consider a dopamine fast for just 10 minutes a day. This isn't about deprivation. It's about reclaiming your internal landscape. During these 10 minutes, gently, intentionally, disconnect from notifications, set your phone aside, close your eyes, and simply breathe deeply. Allow yourself to just observe your own breath, the gentle rise and fall, the subtle rhythm. This simple act begins to untangle the neural pathways conditioned for constant external stimulation. Secondly, engage in focused observation. Choose a single, ordinary object. It could be a flickering candle flame, a vibrant houseplant, a smooth stone you hold in your hand. For 5 minutes, just observe it, allowing your mind to rest solely on its details, its textures, its light, without allowing any other thought to intrude. This seemingly simple practice is a powerful training ground for your brain, teaching it to sustain attention without the insistent craving for external rewards. It builds the very muscle of presence. Finally, introduce a coherent intention. At the end of these moments of deep presence, set a clear intention, not as a desperate plea for an immediate result, but by feeling the experience as if it were already a part of you. Allow your body to register the emotion of having, of being, before the physical manifestation appears. This isn't pretending. It's a deep inner knowing, a vibrational alignment, allowing your entire system to resonate with the reality you are choosing to observe into being. Let's delve deeper into each of these powerful micro-habits. The dopamine fast, even for just 10 minutes, is a profound act of self-reclamation. In a world that constantly pulls at your attention, choosing stillness is a revolutionary act. When you sit in silence, observing your breath, you are not just quieting your mind. You are actively down-regulating your stress response and allowing your brain to shift from a state of constant vigilance to one of calm receptivity. This practice, borrowed from ancient meditative traditions and now supported by neuroscience, strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive function, decision-making, and, crucially, sustained attention. It's in this calm, coherent state that your brain is truly ready to receive the subtle energetic signals from the quantum field. This is where you begin to unhook from the addiction to external validation, trusting that your inner experience is enough, that your inner state is the true generator of your reality. The practice of focused observation takes this a step further, training your mind to hold a single point of focus without wandering. In our fragmented digital world, our attention spans have become accustomed to flitting from one thing to another, never truly sinking deeply into any one experience. By choosing a simple object and dedicating your full, undivided attention to it for even 5 minutes, you are literally rewiring your neural pathways. You are strengthening the circuits associated with mindfulness and presence, which are the bedrock of effective observation in the quantum sense. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's an energetic recalibration. When your mind can hold a steady gaze, free from the incessant chatter of anticipation, your energetic signature becomes more stable, more coherent, and therefore more powerful in its ability to collapse potential into actual reality. Neville Goddard's teachings on the power of imagination and feeling the wish fulfilled require this level of sustained mental and emotional engagement. You cannot truly live from the end if your mind is constantly being pulled to the next distraction. Finally, integrating coherent intention at the end of these practices is the quantum accelerator. This is where you move beyond merely thinking about what you want and begin to embody it. It's not about asking the universe for something. It's about becoming the frequency of that which you desire. Dr. Joe Dispenza emphasizes that emotion is the energy in motion, and it's the elevated emotions, gratitude, joy, love, appreciation, felt as if your desire is already here, that send the most powerful signal to the quantum field. By allowing your body to register the emotion before the physical result, you are overriding the old programming that demands external proof first. You are telling your entire system, this is my reality now. This consistent practice of feeling the end result, of embodying the state of already having it, is what bridges the gap between intention and manifestation. It collapses the version of reality where you already have it, drawing it into your present experience with ease and grace. This process is about being the frequency, not just chasing it. It's about cultivating an inner state so compelling, so coherent, that the external world simply has no choice but to mirror it back to you. To truly grasp this, let us embrace a symbolic metaphor. Imagine your mind as a crystal-clear river, its waters pristine, revealing every smooth stone and delicate ripple beneath its surface. Each notification, every impulsive urge for immediate gratification, is like throwing a small stone into that calm water. Each stone creates a ripple, then a wave, then a cascade of chaotic distortions that obscure your view of the riverbed, of what truly lies beneath. Manifestation at its heart demands clarity, and this profound clarity, this unwavering vision, can only emerge when the river is calm. By gently, yet consistently, reducing the constant flood of dopaminergic excitement, by consciously cultivating moments of profound presence, you are, in essence, ceasing to throw stones into the river. And as the water begins to settle, as the ripples gently subside, something miraculous begins to happen. What was once hidden deep within the shadowy depths, your deepest possibilities, your most authentic desires, the very essence of your next, highest timeline, begins to become visibly clear. It rises to the surface, ready to be recognized, ready to be embraced, ready to be observed into being. This quiet, persistent practice isn't just about changing your mind. It's about changing your very biochemistry, inviting your entire being into a state of unwavering, peaceful coherence. Extending this metaphor, consider that each stone you throw isn't just a fleeting disturbance. It creates a lingering turbulence, a constant swirling beneath the surface that makes it impossible to see deeply. This turbulence represents the mental chaos and emotional incoherence that many experience when trying to manifest from a state of hyper-stimulation. You might be thinking positive thoughts, but your energetic field, influenced by this internal agitation, is broadcasting a mixed signal. The quantum field, being perfectly responsive, simply mirrors this chaos back to you, leading to frustrating delays and a feeling of being stuck in a loop. When you commit to these micro-habits of stillness and focused observation, you are consciously choosing to stop throwing stones. You are allowing the inherent calm of your being to surface, recognizing that your natural state is one of peace and clarity. This isn't about forcing the river to be still. It's about removing the obstacles that prevent its natural stillness from emerging. And in that stillness, everything becomes possible. Imagine the riverbed not just holding stones, but reflecting the light from above. When the water is turbulent, the reflections are shattered and distorted. But when the water becomes still, the reflection is perfect and clear, mirroring the sky above. This reflection is your dream reality, the infinite possibilities waiting to be seen and collapsed. The act of quieting your dopamine system and cultivating inner stillness allows you to become a perfect mirror for the reality you desire. You begin to reflect with impeccable clarity the frequencies of abundance, peace, and fulfillment. This metaphor also beautifully illustrates the concept of entanglement. Just as the calm river is deeply connected to the sky it reflects, so too are you already entangled with the life you desire. The turbulence of excessive stimulation simply blurs this inherent connection. By practicing stillness, you are not creating a connection. You are simply revealing the one that already exists. This profound truth allows for manifestation to become an act of deep resonance, a beautiful dance of co-creation with the universe, rather than a forceful battle against perceived limitations. It's time to let the waters calm, to see what beautiful reflections await you.